Avoiding unnecessary spending nowadays can be quite a challenge. Here, you will discover 14 unnoticed budget leaks inspired by Warren Buffett's money-wise habits. We dive into usual spending traps and serve up tips to spend more wisely. Grab these useful insights to manage your money better. 1. New things. We live in a world where everyone buys too much stuff all the time. We often spend our days buying things we both need and don't need. But let's stop for a moment and think about Warren Buffett. When he had his first child, he turned an old dresser into a crib. Pretty clever, right? For his second child, he just borrowed a crib from a friend. What's the lesson here? Simple. Why buy something new if you don't have to? Before rushing to the store or clicking buy online, take a look around your home. Is there something you can reuse or repurpose? If not, see if you can borrow or rent what you need, rather than buying it outright. 2. Smoking. Smoking is a bad habit for two reasons. First, it's terrible for your health. And second, it's incredibly expensive. Look at Warren Buffett. He never touched a cigarette in his life, even though smoking was really common back then. The problem with the smoking, it is not just a one-in-a-while thing. No. If you smoke, you probably go through several packs each month. And let's say a pack costs you $15. You're easily spending hundreds of dollars every month. Now, quit smoking, it's tough, real tough. But think about the big rewards, better health and more money in your pockets. That can be super motivating. So take it one step at a time and don't get discouraged. Even if you slip up now and then, keep going. You've got this. 3. Junk food. Chocolate, potato chips, cookies, and candies of all sorts aren't just dream for kids. They are tempting for many adults too. Now, if you know about Warren Buffett, you might say he eats McDonald's every day. And yes, that's junk food. But there is a big difference. Warren Buffett has McDonald's as his main meal for the day. Many folks eat junk food on top of their regular meals. It is super important to find a balance here. Don't deny yourself a bite of chocolate or a bowl of chips now and then. Just make sure it stays a treat or reward after a week of work. Remember, enjoy your treats, but do it wisely. 4. They forget about themselves. When you break it down, the only person who can spend money and make money is you. You oversee your finances and your growth as an individual. That's why Warren Buffett, the great investor, always says the best investment you can make is in yourself. Essentially, the more you know, the more you will be able to do, and the more you will save. For example, reading investment books or personal finance books helps a lot. Also, watching YouTube channels like Master Your Money can be super beneficial. You can subscribe to channels like these to learn all you can about becoming financially independent. Remember, investing in yourself is key. 5. Gambling. Have you bought a lottery ticket lately? Or perhaps grabbed a scratch card? Maybe you've played real money poker with friends. All of these are gambling for sure. It's fun, isn't it? But hold on. A word of caution here. Gambling can be quite the money drain. You could lose cash quickly. In fact, it is easy to get addicted. Surprisingly so. The excitement, the thrill of hitting that big jackpot is like a slippery slope. Before you know it, you might end up spending piles of money. Imagine getting so deep in debt that you could end up homeless. Scary thought, right? So if you're into the rush of gambling, here is a friendly tip. Only bring the amount of money you're willing to lose. Keep it in check, have fun, and stay safe. 6. Spending too much on restaurants. After a full day of work, it is unlikely that cooking is the first thing on your list of ways to relax. That's where restaurants step in. They offer convenience and service, but at a cost. When you shell out $5 for a meal you can easily whip up at home, it's often normal to spend about 3 times that amount, or around $15 in a restaurant. Imagine if you could save $10 each day. That adds up quickly. It can make a huge difference every month. But finding the time to cook isn't always easy. So why not look into simple recipes? Appliances like slow cookers and pressure cookers can really help. They do most of the work for you. 7. Too many personal products. There are just so many personal products out there. Perfumes, makeup, nail care, skincare, shaving, and more. The options seem endless. But have you ever thought about what you actually need? For example, did you know that Warren Buffett doesn't buy any personal products and he's over 90 years old? Feeling like you're always short on cash by the end of the month? Maybe it is because of all those personal products you're buying. Take a look at what you really use and see if there is anything you can cut out. You might be surprised. Even trimming down your personal product spending by 25% could make a big difference. Imagine having an extra $25 each month. Wouldn't that be nice? If saving an extra $25 sounds good to you, give this video a thumbs up. Let us know that you're on board for a little financial freedom and simplicity. 8. Cancel unused subscriptions. Most TV networks that used to be TV channels have now turned into streaming services, and now you're paying for Netflix, Hulu, Plex, Disney Plus, and Amazon Prime. That's a lot, right? Costs can stack up really fast. We know it's tough figuring out what you actually use. Let's make it one trick. Avoid automatic subscriptions. By doing this, you gotta pay manually, so you will only keep the ones you really use. Another smart idea is to ask yourself, do I use this service at least once a week? If not, then it's probably one of those unwanted subscriptions. Consider dropping it. That way, you free up some cash for other fun stuff. 9. Not using your gym membership. With the new year fast approaching, New Year's resolutions are being decided. According to Statista, the top 3 resolutions for Americans in 2022 were all about exercise and health. But here is the sad truth. Many people get a membership to improve themselves and then forget about it after a few weeks or months. We understand. Sticking to an exercise routine is hard. It gets especially tough with a busy lifestyle pulling you in every direction. So if you have a gym that's gathering dust, just cancel it. If you are considering getting one but aren't sure you will stick with it, maybe start simple first. Try free exercises like walking, hiking, or calisthenics. These can be great ways to get moving without the commitment of a gym membership. Plus, you might find them more fun too. 10. Leasing new cars. The feel of driving a brand new car is something else, almost magical. But that might be because your wallet is totally empty instead of bursting with cash. New cars are pricey. And leasing? Well, it means you're shelling out lots of money every month for something that's losing value. Yep, it's a cash you will never get back. So why lease a new car when you could just buy a used one? I mean, a used car can drive just as well and cost way less. If you ask Warren Buffett about this, he would probably tell you the same thing. After all, he drives a used car himself. 11. Overspending on clothes. Did you know that Warren Buffett gets his suits from a seamstress named Madame Lee? Never heard of her? Neither have we. But that says a lot about Buffett. He doesn't splurge on those suits. At least not like what you would spend on something fancy like an Armani suit. For Buffett, clothes are just to be worn. If they make him look good and feel good, there's no need to shell out lots of money. So, how can you stop overspending on clothes? There are 2 ways. First, avoid brand name clothes altogether. You can shop at the stores offering high quality fashion for cheap, like Zara. But if you're really into brand names, another way is to rent clothes for special occasions. That way, you still get to wear fancy stuff without breaking the bank. Really simple and practical. 12. New gadgets and devices. Isn't it amazing how fast technology is advancing? People tend to splurge on these shiny new products yearly. While it's kind of fun to keep up with the latest gadgets, maybe, just maybe, it's smarter to wait a bit until you really need an upgrade. Think about it. A quick Google search tells us that the new iPhone 15 Pro Max costs just over $1,000. Now picture yourself paying that hefty price every single year. Let's imagine this. What else could you do with an extra $1,000 each year? The possibilities are endless. 13. drinking at bars and restaurants. Having a drink can be fun and can really make a night out enjoyable. Many folks love it. However, it's super easy to blow through over $100 in just one night on drinks alone. Think about it. It's no wonder Warren Buffett stays away from alcohol. Bars and restaurants have lots of bills to cover. So it is common for the price of alcohol to be 3 to 4 times higher than what you would pay in a store. To keep yourself from spending too much on booze, you could drink at home before heading out for the evening, or maybe fit it into your budget by cutting back on other expenses. Here is one more tip before I go. But first, what do you think poor people waste the most money on? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. 14. Debt from credit cards. It's easy to forget, but when you use a card, the money you're spending isn't really yours. It is loaned to you, and that means you will have to pay it back, not just with the borrowed amounts, but with interest too. Let's say you buy a couch for $1,000 on your credit card. If you don't pay that off right away, you will end up spending more than $1,000 because of the interests. Scary, right? But don't worry, there are ways to tackle debt quickly. One effective way is the debt snowball method. It can really help you clear out debts fast. If you're already free of debt, that's awesome. Now, try to use your credit card only when you're sure you can pay off the entire statement each month. Or you could follow Warren Buffett's example and stick to using cash most of the time. I hope you got some good ideas from this video on how to map out your outgoing cash flow each month. Don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell so you don't miss our upcoming videos. Your support really helps me continue putting out this free financial education content. If you have any other money questions, also feel free to leave a comment below. I do my best to respond to everyone. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up. It helps more people see these budgeting basics. Thanks for watching.